taken down. There was only the actual sanctuary, so there were no rooms apart from these two to use for any other events.
You need to walk through the building, and I could show you where the doors were, etc., which have all been plastered over.
So there are a lot of rooms which have been
There were no,
removed.
so there was no big room, you see, once the Sunday school had gone. Apart from trying to heat the enormous, the height of the church was ridiculous.
What went on at Bethesda was multiplied by, I'd say, 40 or 50 in Burnley, Zion, Salem, Brunswick Street, just went on, Angle Street, Manchester Road, up to Briarcliff. Every community had its church, and even churches. But they were all so big, they weren't competitive, but they were all so big that they were independent, they just worked on their own.
Do you feel maintaining the buildings now has become much harder than what they were in the past? Because of maintaining the building, keeping the building going, the cost of the building.
It must be a lot more now because of electricity and gas. There don't be gas here in the 1800s. Life is so much. You see, there weren't chairs like this in the 1800s or in the 1900s. There wasn't even carpet on the floor. We tend to live with modern luxuries. But the whole social system, you see, was different. And the family were a unit of mother and father. And what mother and father did, children followed and obeyed and did it. So if mother and father went to church, and they usually did as a couple, they would take their children with them. So if parents had 5, 6 children, there would suddenly be 8 of a family going. And this Salem's the same. Westgate, Hollywood, Bethesda, were all family churches, built up of perhaps 20 or 30 families, all bringing 3 and 4 and 5 people into church.
How often do you attend church services and community events now?
Well, it's hard to say because I live in Skipton, so I'm there every week. But I only attend here once every 2 or 3 months. Like next Sunday conducting service. But there are people here who, just 1 or 2 left now. I'm really stuck for them who remember me as a child. David Dean.
He's the only one, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Until Marion died, she was the last one who used to change my nappy. She was the last one who remembered me even as a baby. But they came from all over Burnley, but this church catered for what I would call Stoneyall. The Brome Street and Danes House Road area. And most streets have now just been pulled down. Caldervale Road, does that still exist? Brown Street's still out the back, I think.
No houses on them, of course, now.
No. But there were terraced houses with thousands of people back to back to back. Yes. And Monday to Friday and Saturday they worked. Together on a Saturday they all went to football, and on a Sunday they all went to church. And people led very much the same lives. Yes.
I'll give you mine.
Sure, thank you. David, is there anything else that you would like to?
No, yes. So you need to walk around the church, the building, and see what the. Have you had?
Yeah, we've had a tour around the church.
Took place, and then perhaps look at some photos of the old church and compare them with the present building, and then you might ask questions as to what was that, and where did that all lead to. I haven't seen any photos of the old Sunday school from the inside.
No, I haven't,
But,
David.
no, but all this is reflected by the fact that people didn't have cameras in those days.
That's right, yeah.
So there's no cameras.
Yeah, it is very hard to
Mm.
keep hold of that kind of
I
information.
never knew that there was that balcony in the
Yes,
upstairs.
oh yes, David Dean will remember it well, because he used to run around it. But there was either 20, maybe more. Harry Waterworth will remember it too, because it was all sort of behind the organ. You went right round this balcony. And now you look back at staring like this, and I look back up here, just wish, slugs, and like an hour, just walking around that balcony again. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
No, thank you very much, David. That was
Pleasure.
very informative.
Good, thank you.
No, thank you very much.
Right.